Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Just share the video, tag somebody in it, let them know that I am on. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us, Deke and Sister Tanya. Just share the video and tag somebody in it. Let them know that I am on. Good morning, Sister Wanda. I know that our time has not been consistent due to my schedule, but I wanted to remain consistent and dropping in, just sharing a word with you and just giving you that extra push that you need to be able to get you through the week. On today, I want to share just a word with you. Thank you so much. I just want to share just a word with you about staying in the will of God. Staying in the will of God. On yesterday and even on this weekend, I just been reflecting over the fact of about being in the will of God. When you're staying in the will of God, that people tend to think being in God's will is easy. Being in God's will is everything gonna come to you just all hunky dory because I'm in his will. God started reminding me on this past weekend because I started telling him, I know that I'm in your will, but I don't like the place that I'm in. I know that I'm doing what you call me to do, but I don't like the place I'm in. Do I have any people that are saying the same thing? God, I know that I stepped out in your will. I know that I'm walking according to your plan, but I don't like it here. I don't like the way I feel. I don't like the frustration. I don't like it. That I'm serious. I don't like it here. And that's what I said to God. And God started reminding me. I know Sister Wanda is on, and I remember when I started praying about my gift being developed more, about walking and doing what God has called me to do. I knew that God was calling me into ministry. I knew that God was calling me forth. And God started showing me where that he needed for me to go. And in immediate, I didn't want to go, but I wanted to be obedient to God, so I ended up going. When I went to where God was going, because where God told me to go, I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was going to just be tipping through the tulips. I thought that, oh my God, I thought that everything was going to be just like the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. I just thought it was just going to be smooth sailing for me, and it was not. I got there and I absolutely hated it with every fiber of my being. I hated being there. I griped. I complained the whole time that I was there because I hated it. But I prayed to God and asked God to put me where I needed to be in order for my gift to be developed so I can walk in a place that God has predestined for me to be. And when God did it, I hated where it was. And I kept saying that this can't be your will. God, this can't be it. God, I know you got to send me someplace else. And why am I saying this? Because all of us have been in a place in our life with God, saying, God, send me where you want me to be. I need to walk in your will. God, I need to be in your will. God, develop my gift more. God, allow me to be able to prophesy more. God, allow my hearing to be able to be smooth, that I can be able to incline my ear, Father God, to what you're saying. God, I know what you call me to do. I'm able to lay hands on the sick and I'm watching them be able to recover. God, I want to step out of my business and I want to make sure that my business is growing, that my business is prosperous. But on our way going to the promised place, we have to know that we have to go through the process. Going through the process ain't gonna be easy. Going through the process, we ain't gonna always like it. Going through the process ain't gonna feel good. I always have to go back even to having a baby. Making the baby feel good. Come on, church. Come on, church. Making the baby feel good. But when it's time for that baby to be birthed out, that baby don't come out feeling good. For it to come out, don't feel like how it did when I was making it. I'm going through that process. Oh God, yes, we ooh and ah, and it feels good. It's pleasurable. But when it's time for us to push out that thing that God has placed on the inside of us, does not feel good. And so God was reminding me, look here, Deidre, get yourself together. I know you don't like where you are, but I gotta push something out of you. I know you've been crying and I know you've been complaining, but I gotta push something out of you. And it ain't gonna feel like it did when they was prophesying it to you. When they prophesied it to you, we was falling out. They needed the sheets, they needed to lay hands on us, they needed to hold us up because it felt good. It felt good. Oh girl, I gotta tell you about my prophecy. Oh boy, I gotta tell you about my prophecy. But now it's time for us to walk that thing out, and it don't feel good. It don't. It don't. It don't. So God was saying to me, I got you right where I want to have you. I had to send you back through the place that it's now time for you to push. It ain't going to feel good. As a matter of fact, it's going to hurt a whole lot. You're going to question my very existence. You're going to question, am I really called? You're going to question all of that. But God is saying, I got you in the right place. Yes, Sister Wanda. All I need for you to do is now push, push. I hated where I was, and I needed it. I hated where I was. Listen, but I needed it. I needed what that man had in his mouth to be able to help me to get to where God has called me forth to be. It was the hardest place of my life in my ministry. I hated it with every fiber of my being. But when I left out of that building, and when God said that my time was up, I could be able to flow better. I could hear better. I can operate better. I operated off of obedience and not disobedience. I operated in clarity. 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 I'm in a place now, y'all. I hate it. Can I be honest with the church? I hate it with every fiber of my being. But when I got up this morning, I said, God, thank you for the reminder. I needed it. I need it for where I'm going. When I hung in there and I stayed there until God said that my time was up. But listen, God said the long as I gripe and complain, the longer I was going to have to remain. I started serving in the place that I hated. I started serving, and not just any kind of serving. I served with good. I served like Chick-fil-A serving. My pleasure. I gave it all that I had. But when my time was up, I immediately went from 1 week of serving with gladness, until the next week I got promoted. The next week I got promoted. I was announced that it was now time for me to go to my promoted place. What am I saying? Hang in there. Give them Chick-fil-A service, Minister Bree. Give them Chick-fil-A service in the place that you hate. Serve with your whole heart. Don't do it half. Don't do it half cocked. Don't do it because they're going to get it anyway. Nah, you serve like you're supposed to serve. You serve with the goodness of the Lord. You serve like that's your last day here on earth. And I promise you, it will go by quicker than you ever thought. Promotion is on the other side of this place. Yeah. Congratulations, Sister Renee. Congratulations. I'm telling you, I'm about to be in my promoted place because I hung in there and I served Chick-fil-A service until my change came. So I want to say to you, it might be tough. It might be rough. Listen, I've been there too. Just because I quote inspirational scriptures every day don't mean that some of that stuff I needed for me. Don't quit, girl. Hang in there. I know you're crying. I know it's tough. But girl, wipe your eyes and don't quit. Because there are some folk right now that is waiting on Deidre Montrese Samuel McLeod to quit. But there are also a lot of people that's waiting on me to win. Bump the people that's waiting on me to quit. I'm looking for the people that looking for me to be able to win. Because if I win, you're going to win too. Girl, get up. I like that, Minister Bree. That might be another t-shirt and a conference. Girl, get up from here. We got things to do. I love you guys. Have an awesome and wonderful day. And to God be all of the glory. Yeah, Deep. Let's go win something. My God, we about to go win something. If my ministry has been a blessing to you, share and tag and share. Sow a seed into my ministry. I'm not one of those prophets that say sow a seed into me and watch me prophesy to you. Now, if God gave me a word to give you, I'm gonna give it to you anyway. But sow a seed in my ministry. There's some things that we're doing and the things that we're trying to do. If you can't do nothing but sow $1, send something to be able to help me in the thing that God has called me forth to do. I love you guys. Have an awesome and wonderful day. And to God be all of the glory.